Welcome to Fomo Consulting for your daily AMC stock analysis video on Friday, August 6th. Ladies and gentlemen, today we held very strong, but Monday is absolutely huge. The earnings report, 5 p.m. Eastern, could be a major catalyst, not only for the apes and diamond hands and retail investor, but also institutions as well. So we'll get into that very shortly. And as always, the apes are winning, the diamond hands are winning, most importantly, the retail investors winning. So if you find this video informative and entertaining, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's a newer channel, and I would appreciate the support. Get into the video. Thank you to each and every one of you who have liked, shared, commented, and subscribed. It means the world to me. Thank you very much. Start with a quote. Courage is resistance to fear. Mastery of fear, not absence of fear, by Mark Twain. Red days, the unknown, what lies ahead for us with AMC stock, GME, and other plays is always, a bit fearful, a bit concerning. But as always, we need to do our own due diligence and make our own decisions. A reminder again, earnings 5 p.m. Eastern, Monday, August 9th. This could be huge, not only for the apes and diamond hands retail investors. Certainly, there's plenty of interest there, but everyone knows, the debt load, COVID restrictions, the shutdown from last year did have a negative effect on AMC as well as many other companies and stocks. If AMC can show substantial bottom line improvement, it can also show its future's very bright. It may very well lure in more institutional buyers, which would only be good for us. So I'm looking forward to a very strong earnings report, and AMC does have a history of bouncing right after. Speaking of bouncing, the overall broader market had a pretty good day. S&P up 7 points, Dow up 144. That's a record high. NASDAQ down 59 points, and Russell, which we are tied to very heavily, up close to 12. Obviously, you can see some of the big tech sector got hit very hard. However, the overall sentiment within the marketplace today after the jobs report was very positive, which is good. So we've had two good jobs reports in a row around growth, around the economy. So that's a good thing going forward. And Goldman Sachs actually raised its price target to on the S&P by year end, I believe, to like 4,900 from 4,600. So that is absolutely magnificent, showing consistent and steady growth, although we'll likely have several pullbacks. Apparently Goldman doesn't believe in the overall crash scenario at this point, it would appear. Crypto is having a fine day. Bitcoin is really doing well, almost 43,000. Doge is up close to 21 cent. Ethereum's been on a rip, and Litecoin is having another good day as well as many other plays. So overall, great day for crypto. Seems to be turning a corner. There's some regulation and different things going on that I believe is helping it, maybe a little easing of the recent pressures it's been under. So it is certainly responding. As always, options drove the stock and a lot of the market today, especially after the lunchtime hour. As you can see, the line of demarcation really was between that 32 and 33. We had a fantastic run up pre-market. They always have their target where they want it to be, and then obviously they put the brakes on it in the 32s, and we pretty well consolidated throughout the day. We were certainly propped up by the broader market, specifically the Russell 2000. I'll show you that very shortly, but overall the options chain drives everything on Friday, and we're traditionally red, so no big deal. So Robinhood had itself a very volatile day. No doubt day traders are having a ball with this one. But overall, I read this yesterday, and I meant to include in yesterday's video. This made my jaw drop. Robinhood yesterday was worth twice as much as the tech-heavy NASDAQ. Now, you think about all of the plays that are within the NASDAQ from a market cap, and the the ridicule that AMC and GME and others have been under regarding market cap, the fundamentals, things of that nature, it's certainly made me scratch my head, but also just the magnitude of the financials behind that is incredible. And Robinhood did take off quite heavily this morning after insider sales are put on hold until SEC clearance. So that was obviously a catalyst, and it shot up yet again. So the German apes had a very similar day to the American exchanges. Overall, down close to 2% or 27.26 euros. As you can see, obviously it got pulled down pretty much second half of the day, but it consolidated pretty much first half of the day. But overall, pretty good week considering for the German market. So AMC today, overall, relatively volatile day, at least for the first hour or so of the trading day. Rocketed up. Obviously, pre-market was fantastic. Rocketed up to 33.58, and then got shot down to 31.57, but then recovered throughout the better part of the day, consolidated, and then obviously options were in play. Overall, we closed at 32.70, down 80 cents, 2.39%. For the day, up a bit after hours, at least at the time of this recording, who knows. But as you can see, how we trended to the Russell 2000 chart today, nearly identical yet again, without a separating catalyst such as earnings next week. We're just kind of floating along with the broader market. And we were within the top 10 of most active even on a lower volume day. So that's always good to see. IWM directly connected to the Russell, certainly very heavily weighted with AMC. As you can see, followed the Russell almost identically as well as AMC. Looking at AMC on the left, IWM on the right, you can certainly see the low points. If you look around 10:45 a.m., you'll see the low point, and you'll see it again on the right on IWM around the same exact time period, and then it rebounded no different than AMC. So anyone that, this whole discussion around manipulation, this, that, and the other, and we're just kind of floating along with the broader market at this point, folks, until we get that separating catalyst, such as earnings next week. So IWN, yet another ETF, very heavily weighted with AMC. As you can see, in that 10 o'clock hour, had its low point, shot back up, consolidated through the second half of the trading day. So a lot of these ETFs are tied in with the AMC, the Russell 2000, and again, lack of a catalyst, we're just kind of floating along. So looking at the last 5 trading days for AMC, obviously we found our absolute low point at 28.91 a couple of days ago, and we shot up from there, recovered quite nicely, and we've pretty well just been consolidating throughout. And as you can see how the Russell 2000 over the same time period, for the last 5 trading days, we pretty well have mirrored it nearly identically. AMC, as you can see, alligator is kind of down. His mouth is not wide open, but he is in a bearish direction, obviously due to the heavy selling pressure we've been under for quite some time. That 29, let's just call it $29 support level is absolutely essential. And looking into next week, if we're on the uptrend, the $35 level is a heavy level of resistance at this point. We'll have to break through that. It was support in the past, but we need to break the $35 level first and foremost. GME had itself a pretty benign day. Obviously, it kind of fell off at the opening bell, as is usual with AMC and GME, and then pretty well consolidated throughout the day. The biggest and brightest part of GME is that it stayed above 150, which is really more psychological, but it is very, very important. So Works, another popular stock, had itself a heck of a day. Jumped up almost 27% today, penny stock or whatever, but certainly very popular on social media. Had itself a good day. SPCE had a fantastic run up right at the opening bell, as you can see, and pretty well consolidated through most of the trading day thereafter. But it certainly jumped up and had itself a good day again. Another popular stock. And this stock is a reminder of not turning your head. AMC, GME, and many, many others. This stock obviously pumped late last year around November, December. Penny stock, I have no idea what this company does. However, just looking at the performances today, overall, this stock shot up out of absolutely nowhere, ran up 89% intraday. Again, penny stock, but if you look, it spent 9 months or so just pretty well bleeding off, consolidating, whatever you want to call it, and then all of a sudden lightning struck. So these things can happen in a blink of an eye, folks. And another popular stock, xela. Certainly had a breakout today of that pennant formation going into early next week. I believe Tuesday pre-market they have an earnings call, so watch this stock very closely. Just my personal opinion, not financial advice. Do your own DD. But with earnings coming up, this again very popular stock on social media had itself a good day. So let's look at the overall short interest on AMC. Nothing much changed, 41.57 days average age of the short positions. And the short interest continues to climb each and every day. And I do believe as this continues to climb and the price diverges, and I've shown this many times in the past, you do get a price jump. We'll get into that more later, but overall, nothing fundamentally has overall changed. The shares on loan have gone up a good bit yet again. We're almost 102 million shares on loan. The utilization continues to trickle up, 92.39%. Again, 95% to me is a very, very important level. Cost to borrow about the same. Short interest jumped 4.28% to 16.26%. Borrowed shares, they certainly had every intention to take advantage of the weakness in the broader market earlier this morning, and then they pinned us due to options. So that's certainly in play, and especially on lower volume at 51 million. It was pretty easy to do so. Again, Fridays are not historically our better days, and the overall institutional ownership has changed just a little bit. You got two more. You got one more short only and one more long short, which is typically a hedge. So overall, one thing about this, if you go back to the big run-up we had in late May, early June, we were in the 16th percentile for short interest. Obviously, utilization was close to 100, and shares on loan were around 110 million. So we are slowly but surely creeping back towards those critical key levels that could again create another launch pad for us. And who knows, with earnings coming up as a catalyst, we may very well have a repeat performance, but again, I am not a fortune teller. Big trades today. Obviously, if you look, the volume was much lower today than it was yesterday by about 300,000. Overall, 1.3 to 1 call versus put, still bullish. Not as bullish as we have been on a daily basis anyway. But overall, nothing too terribly crazy. Obviously, a lot of put interest, as you can see, on the larger trades going out later in August. So let's close with a quote. Grow through what you go through. We've certainly had a lot of growing to do through AMC stock, GME, and certainly others. They certainly test your patience, if nothing else. But at minimum, it is a personal and financial journey that we all go through, going through the stock market each and every day. But hopefully we all learn something each and every day. So if you found this video informative and entertaining, please like, share, certainly comment, and most importantly, subscribe. Again, it's a newer channel, and I would appreciate the support. I want to thank you all very, very much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic weekend and your life is full of green candles. We'll talk to you soon.